Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Finn, or yet another gaming fail, and once again I am here with another DCS Mission Editor tutorial. Well, you know these kinds of videos. They're not exactly tutorials, but I've got a tutorial series where I teach you some skills, and in this I go ahead and basically build a mission and show you my kind of thought process. So, let's kick off, shall we? So, we've done a few little things. I think a good one would be like a runway cratering mission this time. I think we'll need to pick a good subject. I think Shayrat. Shayrat? I don't know. I'm saying that wrong. Shayrat, whatever airfield this is. I feel like this is a sufficient airfield for bombing purposes. I think a runway cratering mission is something good. So I think we'll start off. We'll work in reverse from the last one. So the last one I did was the artillery attack one. So we're just going to start by working really quick as we can. We're just going to build a really fast mission. Just going to build a really quick, like chuck it together as quick as we can, and this is our mission, and we'll go. So we'll start with our aircraft. So we'll get a let's get a AV8B NA in here like this. Let's set it to be mine and Frenchie's normal livery, which is this one here. And then I'm just gonna we'll set one to be runway attack here, and we'll just pick a couple of these bombs like that, and just leave it as is. Me and Frenchie can change it up if we want to, and that works there. And then we'll just quickly come back here, set it to take off from ramp, and I'll just drag it over to one of these other parking spots. Let's just set it to C1, I think. And then let's just add another one. Me and Frenchie only ever fly together normally, so we'll just set these both to client and do that. Cool. And then let's just save it as a new mission here, and we'll just set it to runway attack, like that. And there we go. So we've got one set of vehicles there. We're just going to also place in another set, which in this case will be an FA-18, and again set it to take off from ramp, set it to player or client even, and then make another one, and then we're just going to change the call sign on this. Oh, there's a few more call signs. Awesome. We'll set that to snake. We'll set it to snake 3. I think that sounds cool. We'll just delete that there, and we'll set this one to let's do Chevy 2. Cool. Alright. Perfect. So okay. So we've got two groups in. So we'll just call these ones player group 1, player group Hornet, let's say. Like that. Player group Hornet, copy, and then player group Harrier, like that, and then we'll just hit save there. Then just quickly as well, we're just going to go onto these guys. Let's just quickly check. So accuracy, let's go 251 700 megahertz on the Hornets here. So 251 700 megahertz, like that, and that's just make sure that we're set there to the tower. And then this one we can do the same. So 251 700 megahertz there, like that. Save that again, and then we'll just make sure that we rename the pilots as well. So player, let's do player 1. Player 1, copy that, move on. Player 2, like that. Okay, and then player 3, like that, and then player 4 here, like this. Cool. So we tidied that up and got that going. Let's just quickly make sure as well that we rename the tail numbers. So let's just come up with some random tail numbers here. Let's do like this, and then this one we'll do 836, and then this one could be 305, like that. There we are. So we've got our aircraft in. Those are the ones we're going to play as. So next we're going to make sure that we've got a thing, and we're going to attack Shayrat airbase, like that. So what we want is we're going to do add waypoint, like this. I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to bring it in over here, and let's just bring it so that the angle of this brings it right down the runway. So an easy way to do that is set the waypoint to the far end of the runway, and then come back here and just move your previous waypoint around until it lines up pretty much on the dot, like that there. And then also, for the sake of making the mission easier, we want to make it so that it's 112. So we'll go into the mission editor here, we'll just say 112 Shayrat airbase. So what we've made note of there is the bearing that you want to be flying along when you're bombing the airbase and the name of it. Again, this is information that will come back and change later. But that's going to be one group, so that's the Hornets, and then we're going to come in here, we're going to add another one, so like this, pop that in there, and then again we'll come down here and pop that in there, and that's the one for the Harriers, which is fine. So we've now saved this. So that could technically be all you'd have for the mission, if the mission was just to drop some ordnance on the airbase. I think we need to spice it up a bit, make it so that we've got a bit of challenge going on. So let's add in some man pads. So we'll quickly set to combined joint task forces. You can find this when you set your coalitions, you can just move it around. I like to have combined joint task forces set up all the time. Then I'm going to just come down here to air defense. We're just going to go to man pads. And we'll do the Igla Grouse C2, so that adds in our man with his wonderfully warped face there. He looks like he's from Planet of the Apes. We're going to take him, we're going to add another one in, and we're going to have him be Insurgent, and there we are. In fact, let's not do Insurgent, let's do the normal one, and then let's go back to his buddy over here. And I think this one, yeah, so these guys are soldiers now. Right, so now we've got air defense groups. We're just going to quickly rename him. We're going to say ADS man pads. Let's call it man pads. Man pads group 1, like this. And then this one is so let's copy this, paste it. Man pads group 1 LN for launch, and then man pads group 1 C2 for the command unit, basically, like this. And we're just going to make sure they're set to average. We don't want them set too high, because basically they'll have an impossibly high hit rate. And then basically we're just going to copy and paste a couple of these guys around, just like this. And then we're just going to quickly copy these. So we'll copy, just quickly make sure that the group names are set correctly, like this. Like that, cool. And then we're going to copy this, and then we're just going to go into each of these and make sure that they are set just the same way as we've done that. So this is just a bit of this is just kind of a bit of kind of housekeeping to make sure that when we come back and edit the mission, it's nice and easy for us to understand. So just make sure that we copy these here and set it through. So yeah, you can come back in, you can change it, you can add some success features here. So just make sure we copy these, and then again LN, and here for C2. Okay, so we're 8 minutes in. We've actually kind of got the body of it done. Now, would I say that that this is done? Not exactly. I want to make it more difficult, because at the moment the only thing we have that can really go wrong is you get shot down by man pads, right? So basically what we're going to do is, let's start by popping down a zone in here. We're going to set the zone right in the middle of the runway, and we're going to set it to be, let's set it to be 15,000, like that. And it's going to be circular, and we're just going to call it QRF active. So no matter what, if you fly into this zone, we're going to activate a quick reaction force. So there you are, that's the zone there. The next thing is we're going to need to place that QRF. Now, I think the QRF should operate out of TS airbase, I think would be good. And we'll have them set up, I think they take off runway 09, so I think they go that way. So we'll set these guys in, and we're going to make them Syrian Air Force. So we'll scroll down here, and we'll find Syria. There we are, Syria. We're going to go down and find the aircraft that we want them to be, probably MiG-29As, like this. And then we're going to set... Oh, don't mind the notification noises there. We're going to set probably a fairly normal... Yeah, a fairly normal combat loadout like that there. And then just set them to take off from ramp. And then add in a second boy, and he's going to be his wingman. So we're just going to come in and make sure that they're no higher than trained. So if they're higher than trained difficulty, they're not given actual AI capability. They're basically just made to be invincible, like almost invincible. They get given gravity defying capabilities. So we're just going to make him. We're going to call him QRF. We'll call him QRF Air, like that. And then we'll call him QRF Air 1. And then we'll add in his buddy, and he can be QRF Air 2, like this. And then we'll just give them, again, random tail numbers, like that. And number 1 here is like that. Just quickly hit save. We're going to be hidden on map, hidden on planner. And then late activation as well, and then we're basically just going to add a waypoint over at this this airbase here. We'll just quickly unselect the hidden stuff for a second. So we're going to add a waypoint here. Where is it? Add. There. Cool. And then we're just going to add a thing saying perform task. Set on route task. Search then engage group. Group Harrier, and then weapon auto. Priority 1, and then basically that's going to be so search and engage zone Harrier, like that. And then we're just going to hit clone on this one, and then we're just going to do says Hornet, like that, and player group Hornet, and like that. And then that's basically the guy's job, is just to fly over here and engage one or the other of the aircraft. And we're going to set him to fly at like a realistic altitude, like 25,000 feet or something. Like that. There we are. And so these guys are our QRF, so we're just going to hide them again. Let's just quickly change their call signs and things. But other than that, I think they're all good. Cool. Alright, so we've got a QRF, now we need to activate them. So remember we added that zone in? Well, we're going to add in 2 things to prevent that zone. So we want to have it so that it is so that our aircraft are detected once they get into Syrian airspace and basically do not and are not like kind of below a certain altitude. So I'll endeavour to explain in a sec. So what we're going to do, we're going to just hit zone over here. We're going to just click there. I'm going to set quad point, and we're going to edit it. And we're literally just going to spread a big zone over like this. And so I'm going to go like that. That right there. And we're going to call this safe zone, like that. And hit save, like that. And then basically, now this is going to be very important. We're going to need to do our logic here. So we're going to come in here and we want to set it so that it's kind of for Blue 4, because we want any Blue 4 aircraft flying outside of this zone and above a certain altitude to be detected. So we're going to say radar detection, like this. And it's going to say, so it's going to be part of coalition outside zone. So part of coalition out of zone, and it's going to be blue outside of the safe zone, and the unit type is going to be airplane. So any blue airplane found outside of this safe zone, and we're also going to set it to say that any blue airplane outside of the safe zone that goes higher than a certain altitude. So we're going to say AGL altitude above. So AGL altitude higher than, and sorry, not units. We need to find, what's it? I think there might be one for. So there's a units AGL, but there's not a group AGL. So basically, we're going to need to do a bit of logicking out here. So we're going to do. We're going to change this quickly. So we're going to do unit out of zone. So unit outside zone. Where is it? Unit outside zone here. So if any of these players are outside the safe zone there, and if its AGL is higher than, so we're just going to set that, and the AGL altitude, let's set 2,000 feet. So the highest altitude you can be is 2,000 feet. That's a lot of leeway, really, for the kind of mission that I'm writing here. But that'll do. So if player 1 is outside the safe zone and player 1 is higher than 2,000 feet of air of above ground level altitude, then we're going to activate the so let's see, what's it? Group activate, and it's going to be the QRF. Now, that only works for one player. This needs to be for any player, and it needs to just be switched straight on. So we're going to then hit OR, and we're just going to clone it like that and bring it down here, and then we're going to clone this one and bring it down here, and then we're just going to go into each of these and change it from player 1 to player 2, like that. And then again, we're just going to hit OR, we're going to clone, bring that all the way down, clone, bring that all the way down, change this one to player 3, and this one to player 3. And then we're going to hit OR, and then we're going to clone this one, and once again, last time, bring this one down here, change it to player 4, bring this one down here, change it to player 4. Now, so if any of our 4 aircraft are higher than 2,000 feet of above ground level altitude and are outside of the safe zone, then they will be detected, and the the QRF will be scrambled. Now, we could add in another trigger. So like another trigger here, and we're basically going to say part of coalition, part of coalition in zone, and then we're going to activate the AI or whatever, and the zone is going to be the QRF active. But actually we can do it in here, and we can just say OR again. So you can click OR again here, and then we're going to do a new one, and we're just going to say part of coalition in zone. So blue in the QRF active airplane. And now what that's going to do is it's just going to say unit outside. So any of these guys, if they're outside the safe zone and they're too high, it'll activate the QRF. Or if we fly within this radius of the airbase, then it'll activate it. And these are also, so the OR is kind of an AND OR, so it's either one of these. So it could be that the 1 and 2 are, you know, violating the criteria. It could be all 4 of them, it could just be one of them, or it could be that it's just part of them in zone, or it could be one of them is above the altitude in that zone. Basically, any of these are criteria for the QRF to be brought in. And so the way we're going to test that basically is the only way we need to test that really is to just get a plane like this, and we're just going to set a waypoint across like that, and then we're just going to hit fly mission and hit save and hit yes, and then basically you're going to come over here and start it up, and here we go, like that. Just going to hit back and hit spectators like this. I'm just going to time warp ahead, and so this guy's probably going to get shot at by a few of these manpads down here. Should be a fun sight to see. Like that. Okay, and then if we hit F2, you can see these guys have spawned in. So any blue 4 guys that have spawned in that zone, that have travelled into that zone, they've now spawned these MiGs in. So great, we've got that. We can get rid of our test A10 here now. And I think as well it'd be really good to have pretty moody weather for the day. So let's set overcast and rain. Let's get it really, really dark. Hit save. Hit fly mission. See how well this goes. Let's see. So these guys look like they're having a wonderfully miserable day. And I think that would be pretty cool. I think that it'd be pretty cool to see the wind and the rain kind of buffeting us around, and as we fly straight into the target. So I think that's the goal right there. I think that works. Now I want to add in the last two bits. The last two bits are going to be our utility aircraft. So first of all, we're going to want a AWACS plane, because we've got a threat coming from TS airbase. We're basically just going to say we're going to go in here. We're going to set an E3A, and we'll set them to be US Air Force, because why not? And then we're basically just going to add them a box to fly around in, like this. And then at the bottom we're going to set a command, and he's going to switch his waypoint back to 0. So that just means that he's going to fly in a box like this. And then for each of this, we're just going to set 35,000 feet. And then we're just going to flip through each of these and make sure that it's set to 35,000 feet for all of them. And there you are. Now AWACS is done. Let's just quickly make sure. So he's set to 251. Let's set him to 247, 600, like that. And we'll copy that frequency and then quickly make sure it's in here. So we'll do AWAC, what's it? AWACS, like this, like that, and then we'll do tanker, because we want to have a tanker. So let's get a KC-135 in, and let's set them to be 233.800. I like to just set random frequencies because, you know, it's more fun, I guess. And we'll set this guy to be flying at 20,000, like this. We'll just quickly go again here over to the tanker, like that. And that's put tanker in there. So we're just going to quickly make sure that the tanker's also flying a box. Let's have him fly a nice long box like this. Let's have him fly fairly square. Add, like that. Then we can basically just move these around to get him so that he's flying fairly square. And then again, just like we did with the other guy, perform command. And we're just going to tell him to switch his waypoint back to 0. That's on the wrong waypoint there, so let's just go to the end one here. Perform command, switch waypoint to 0 there. There you are. Now our tanker flies a box. Now again, not quite done. We've got a tiny bit more left to do. So we're just going to say that this tanker guy, we're going to set him to, obviously he doesn't seem to be at the right altitude here. So let's just copy that and just quickly flip through all of these, like that. And he's in the right altitude now. And then also we're just going to go to the TACAN for him. We're going to make sure he's set to Yankee. We'll set him to 5 Yankee TKA, and then the right unit there. I'll just tidy that up by writing tanker in the group name, and then in the unit name we'll put tanker 1. And then we'll just give him another good old tail number there. And then, you know what, we'll also do hidden on map and on planner. We'll come back and do that in a second. Do Arco 3, there you are. And that's got that. And then we'll just quickly come over here. He's set correctly there. We're going to set him to focus 2. I think that'd be a good name. And again, we're just going to call this guy AWACS. So AWACS, like this. No, not tanker. AWACS. We'll just copy him, paste him in there, AWACS 1, and then give him another cool funky tail number. and that's that guy there. Cool. Alright, so for the most part, this mission is now done. 25 minutes, we've built a mission. Like, a full-on mission. This mission is, like, you know, everything you need it to be. It's a runway bombing mission. We've got the QRF set up to come and attack us once we've flown over. So yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're just gonna hit save, and then the last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna come in here and we're just gonna set the description up, the situation. We're just gonna say this mission is to bomb the runway at Shayrat. This runway brings in cargo aircraft with supplies to reinforce local militia. They are armed with some kind of surface to air munitions, brackets which are unknown at this time, and may be supported in part by aircraft or ground or naval responses. So be on your guard. There is a procedure in place is not to violate a 2,000 foot AGL flight ceiling. And there is a safe zone drawn on your map to indicate where this area starts. This covers anywhere outside of the safe zone, like this. The runway, so your waypoints are already set up, and the runway heading is 1112 degrees. Best of luck. Like that. And then we're just going to say frequency AWACS. Then let's just quickly tidy this up. Tanker. Like this. And then Tacan. Tanker. 5 Yankee, like that. Pepper the runway with bombs. Do not be shot. Do not be shot down. Cool. Okay. Operation inclement. Because of the inclement weather. Let's hit safe there. That is all saved. So that mission is in all technicality ready to go. But let's quickly, for the sake of getting it all going, let's do Let's do a safe zone marker here. Like this. Like that. Like that. And like that there. And then we're just gonna go back here. Hit draw. And then let's just select and have it closed like that, and there we are. Now this chap is back on there. So we'll name safe zone like that, like this, and so basically it can be seen by anyone but red, I think would be a good idea. And hidden on the game map, we don't need to hide it. I'm going to set it to binding layer blue like that, and then a polygon. We're going to do, have we got boundaries? So look, what can we do here? Oh, this is good. I like this. Let's do away with these guys then. Let's quickly do polygon free like this. Yeah. So I've not really experimented with this slot that much. So let's do polygon. Set it to this. Let's give it a bit more alpha like that. There you go. And then this one, we're just going to set the fill to be like a nice light blue. Oh god, that came out pretty garish. Okay, let's try this again. There we are, that looks pretty good. And then what we'll do quickly, we'll just quickly hide the safe zone bit on the map. And then we'll just go back into draw here. And we'll do select. And we'll just quickly drag this guy off. Oh, we're having a mess now. Safe. There we are. Let's just see here. Set the alpha even lower like that. Then we'll just name it safe zone like that. Good stuff. Cool. Okay. Just need to find a segment of this guy I can grab here, because I want to get rid of this long line. In fact, hang on, what am I on about? It's this guy. Let's delete him. There we go. Problem solved. So we're now 35 minutes in, and I think that that's all done. The last thing that we'll add, I guess, is a new text box here. And the text box will just say safe zone, like this. I'm just going to copy the safe zone text from there and paste it in again. Font size, let's do 72. In fact, no, let's do less than 72. Let's do 28, 25. We'll do color, it's going to be white. Background is going to be blue. Thickness is going to be 1. Let's do 0, like that. And I think that works well there. And then the safe zone, the actual safe zone, we can then turn around and make sure that we get that back in the right place there. There we go. We're going to hide that. We're going to then just quickly go and hide all these enemies. Hide these guys. Hide these guys. Hide these guys like that. Cool. Mission is complete. Alright guys, so that's the mission. This is the runway attack mission that I've been making for the last 36 minutes. This one's all ready to go. I'm hoping that you will join myself and Frenchie for flying this mission in what will probably be the next episode. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. My name has been Finn, or yet another gaming fail, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Alright. Goodbye.